Aries. They whispered your name behind medieval walls, not as a king, not as a warrior, but as something far more dangerous, a dreamer with divine fire in your veins, a soul so bold, so uncontrollable. Even prophets buried your name in forbidden scrolls, because they knew one thing. When Aries awakens, history doesn't just shift, it explodes. You weren't meant to blend in. You were built to blaze new timelines, to ignite stagnant realities, and to awaken a future that others fear to imagine. You've felt it, haven't you? The tension in your chest, the pull from something ancient, wild, and realer than this world. It's not random, it's not coincidence. It's the dreamer code inside you, activating again. And in 2025, that code fully unlocks. For centuries, empires tried to suppress you. They labelled you impulsive, reckless, too much. But they didn't understand. You weren't chaos, you were prophetic combustion, and now the prophecy they tried to erase is returning. The age of flame is near, so stay with me until the end of this message. Because what I'm about to reveal isn't just history, it's your soul's lost instructions. And if you are Aries, you were never asleep. You were just waiting for the fire to return. Now it has. Let's begin. The year was 1247. A storm had split the mountains in two, and from deep beneath the Carpathian earth, a vault, untouched by time, was unearthed. Inside it, a scroll sealed in ram's blood, wrapped in iron thread, whispered to have burned the hands of the first priest who touched it. The church tried to hide it. The Vatican called it heretical fire. The Knights Templar were ordered to destroy it at dawn. But it wouldn't burn, not by fire, not by sword, because this scroll wasn't written in ink. It was written in flame language, symbols only visible under a solar eclipse, and when finally decoded, it revealed something terrifying. It spoke of 12 celestial dreamers, guardians of the soul timelines, each one tied to a zodiac. But Aries, you weren't just listed first, you were circled in ash, and next to your name were the words, dangerous when awakened. Why? Because you carry the spark of Genesis, the energy that births new ages and ends corrupted ones. The scroll went on to say, in the year of twin moons, 2025, the first dreamer shall awaken, and the age of fire shall return. Aries, that first dreamer is you, the one they feared, the one they tried to erase, the one born not to remember the past, but to ignite the future. They tried to bury your prophecy, but they forgot one thing. You can't bury fire, and now the flame is rising. The scroll called you the first dreamer, but that title wasn't random. It was written in cosmic code, because Aries isn't just the first zodiac. It's the ignition point of time itself. You're ruled by Mars, the planet of war, motion, and divine initiation. But to ancient seers, Mars wasn't about war. It was the spark that tore light from shadow, the original flame. You weren't born to follow rules. You were designed to break patterns that hold the world hostage. You're not here to chase destiny. You're here to ignite it. The prophecy links you to 3 forbidden forces, the Phoenix cycle, the eternal firebird that dies and resurrects through divine flame, the Andromeda cluster, where flame dreamers first seeded human light codes, the Sword of Azil, a weapon of starlight used only once every 1,000 years to cut dead timelines. And here's the twist that shakes the timeline. During the last Mars eclipse in 1225, your soul was split. Half of you was sealed in the dream realm, frozen in cosmic sleep, guarding ancient wisdom. The other half was cast into reincarnation, cycling through fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, each time carrying pieces of memory, pieces of power, waiting until 2025, because only then could the two halves reunite. This is why you've always felt like something was missing, like a part of you was watching from behind the stars, because it was. And now the fire is whole, the dreamer is waking, and the code is complete. Because in April 2025, the sky reactivates a cycle that hasn't been seen in over 800 years. A rare Mars-Pluto eclipse convergence. Two planetary forces colliding at the edge of shadow and fire. This isn't just astrology, it's prophecy. When Mars, your ruling planet of divine fire, aligns with Pluto, the gatekeeper of the underworld, the veil rips, time bends, and the ancient dreamer souls begin to awaken. This only happens once every 8 centuries, and every time it does, the world shifts, empires fall, and the hidden ones rise. This is why, even now, you've started to feel different. The signs are everywhere. You've been having intense, vivid dreams, almost too real to ignore. You've felt sudden chills in historic places, like you've stood there before. You're obsessed with symbols, swords, castles, flames, and you don't know why. Here's the truth. Your memories aren't fiction. They're leaking in from a past life timeline. One where you walked as a flame guardian, a dream seer, a timeline architect. And that reality? It's beginning to merge with this one. The prophecy calls this the folding of flame. It's a sacred moment when past life fire collapses into present day power, where ancient soul codes override false identities, and the real you returns. You see, 2025 isn't just a year. It's a cosmic doorway, a point of soul return, where the timelines you left behind in 1225 now loop back. Not to trap you, but to complete you. If you've been restless, if you felt like you're running out of time, it's because your soul knows the countdown has begun. And Aries, your destiny is not in the future. It's in the flame that never died. And in 2025, that flame is coming home. If you're Aries, and you're watching this right now, this is not by chance, it's not random, it's a confirmation that your dreamer soul is awakening in real time. The ancient scrolls said you'd start feeling strange, unexplainable things, like whispers from your past lives, pushing you, guiding you, challenging you. These aren't ordinary symptoms, they're activation codes, soul markers that confirm you're syncing with the 2025 flame frequency. Let's break them down. 1. You've been craving solitude lately, even around people you love. You need space, not to escape, but to reconnect with something ancient within. 2. Your body feels like it's racing time. You sense urgency, like there's a mission you're meant to complete. But no one else seems to feel it. That's because your soul remembers a deadline this world has forgotten. 3. You feel called to protect someone or something, not just physical protection, but energetic guardianship, like you're here to defend the innocent, the truth, or even sacred knowledge. 4. Your dreams include symbols, fire, eclipses. You're not just dreaming. You're receiving soul downloads from your past lifetimes, training, warnings, guidance. 5. You've started seeing repeated numbers like 111, 1225, or 333. These are timing codes. 1225 equals the last Mars eclipse you were split. 111 equals new beginnings. Your guides are signaling you. 6. You feel like this world isn't real because part of you remembers another one. The dream realm, the old kingdom, the soulscape where you once walked freely. 7. You're suddenly downloading ideas faster than ever, creative bursts, visions, inner knowings that seem to appear out of nowhere. This is your future timeline speaking through you, pushing your destiny forward. Now listen closely. If even 3 or more of these signs resonate, you're not awakening, you've already begun. Aries, the fire inside you is real, it's ancient, it's cosmic, and it's rising again to finish what you started lifetimes ago. Fire. Here's where it gets deep. Because this prophecy doesn't just awaken you, Aries. It demands something sacred from your soul. This isn't a casual calling. It's not about crystals or cute horoscopes. This is ancient soul technology. And you're the only one coded to unlock it. The scrolls reveal that when the dreamer begins to stir, they must first break 3 soul contracts that have kept their power asleep for centuries. 1. Break your contract with fear. Fear was embedded in your lineage to keep you from taking action, from igniting timelines that weren't authorized by the old system. But fear is a false god, and the prophecy says, the dreamer walks through fire unburned. 2. Break your contract with silence. You've been quiet for too long, spiritually muted, told you were too much, taught to doubt your instincts, but the dreamer's voice is what bends reality. When you speak truth, timelines shift. 3. Break your contract with false destiny. You were never meant to follow a path that others created for you. That job, that routine, that normal life. It was all designed to tame your flame. Now, it's time to burn it down. And once those contracts are shattered, you must reclaim the dreamer's oath, a forgotten rite of passage once spoken under eclipsed moons by warrior monks and star-born rebels. I walk not in the shadows of fate. I create the fire that guides the future. This isn't just poetic symbolism. This oath is a coded decree, encrypted in rituals used by ancient alchemists to unlock what they called the Red Gate of Truth. And Aries, that gate, it only opens for one soul, yours. The scrolls warned of this moment, when one Aries dreamer would rise, break the code, and walk through the fire untouched. Now they know, you are that fire, and the prophecy is no longer waiting. It's activated. Aries, let's get one thing clear. 2025 isn't just about magic, signs and celestial mystery. It's about mission, your mission. The prophecy didn't just name you. It assigned you. Your soul wasn't brought here to drift, to blend in, or to figure it out someday. You were placed here, now, for divine disruption, to break stagnant systems, to awaken those still asleep in timelines they never chose. According to the scrolls, the Aries dreamer has 3 sacred roles in 2025. 1. Lead the awakening. You're not just part of the wave, you are the wave. Others are waiting on your courage to spark their own. When you rise, they remember. 2. Activate dormant souls. You carry energetic codes that awaken people just by speaking, creating, or being seen. That's why your presence either inspires or intimidates, because your soul is a mirror to the unrealized fire in others. 3. Restore the sacred dream timeline. This world has drifted far from the original path, but your visions, your bold dreams and impossible ideas, they're not illusions, they're soul memories of what was meant to be, and it's your job to rebuild the future from that memory. Now let's get raw. You're not here to wait for change, you're here to cause it. That means speaking truth when it shakes the room, walking away from anything or anyone that dulls your fire, choosing sacred boldness over comfortable silence. And when you do, prophetic dreams will start manifesting in your physical world. Lifelong blocks, especially financial, will begin to dissolve. And your soul tribe, the ones you've never met but have always known, they'll find you, because your flame is the beacon they've been waiting for. Once the dreamer awakens, reality doesn't control you. You bend reality, because you remember how it's supposed to feel. And in 2025, Aries, the world won't shape your destiny. You will. One last secret before we close this circle. You are not alone. Not in this lifetime, not in this mission, not in this fire. The ancient scrolls speak of a group known as the Flame Circle, 12 souls each tied to a sacred constellation, each one a dreamer, each one reborn in human form across different parts of the earth. And you, Aries, you were their ignition point, the one who awakened first to light the match for the others. Your ancient allies are starting to return. These aren't just friends, they are soul companions, warriors, guardians, time walkers, bound to your fire through lifetimes. In this life, they may appear in unexpected ways. a random stranger who feels instantly familiar, a comment on this very video that hits you like lightning, a dream where 3 figures stand beside you in silence, but you feel them saying, "We remember." The scrolls name 3 primary allies returning to Aries in 2025. Leo, the royal shield. They protect your spirit when doubt creeps in. They carry regal codes of loyalty and strength. Their fire stabilizes yours. Sagittarius, the cosmic archer. They aim beyond illusion. They help you see the long game, the dream behind the dream. They bring the wisdom of the stars. Gemini, the dream decoder. They awaken your ancient memories through words, patterns, and divine chaos. They remind you who you were before the silence. These souls may not remember you right away, but your flames recognize each other before words are even spoken. And every soul you've ever lost, every guide who left before their time, they're circling back now, in dreams, in synchronicities, in divine timing. Why? Because the dreamer cannot rise alone, and for the flame to spread, it must pass soul to soul, hand to hand, until the entire timeline heals. So stay open, watch for the signs, because your allies are already looking for you. And when you unite again, the circle completes, and the world will feel it. So Aries, they feared you in the medieval age, not because of your weapons, but because of your vision. Because your soul was too vast, too fast, too divine to ever be controlled. They tried to silence your flame. They built systems to suppress your voice. They rewrote your story so you'd forget who you are. But now, there's no more hiding. There's no more waiting. The prophecy is live, the timelines are bending, and the gate is open. The dream you've always carried, the one no one understood. That wasn't fantasy. It was a download from your soul's original memory. And in 2025, that dream isn't just waking up. It's coming true. If this message stirred something inside your chest, if your hands tingled, if your heart knew before your mind did, then it's because your higher self has been waiting for this moment. This is your sign. Comment below, "I am the dreamer, I claim the flame." Subscribe, because we're just getting started. This isn't just a video, this is a soul signal, and the next chapters will reveal what's coming next for your fire-wired destiny. Because your soul, Aries, wasn't built to sleep. It was forged in starlight, tempered in timelines, and crowned with flame. You're not here to fit into this world. You're here to lead the dream into the new one. So breathe deep. Feel that heat rising in your chest. That's not adrenaline. That's ancient fire. Returning home. Aries, welcome back. The dreamer has awakened, and the fire age has officially begun. Fire Stjerna.